What's going on, guys? Taylor the Chocobo here, and we are back with some more Sky Factory 2.5. So we're going to continue on our quest to kind of get Tinker's Construct done here. We did master Daredevil and a couple of other things here and there, but for the most part, we haven't really done too terribly much. We have replaced our crop line with Enderman crop. Over dar, that one, this one. Nope, not this one. This one. Okay, there. Oh, there we go. And then over there, we have the Yellowite replanted again. So whenever we want to go ahead and expand our big reactor, we can absolutely do that. So that's going to kind of passively run. But now that we have all that in good shape, we can kind of proceed forward a little bit more aggressively, because having the Enderman crop, of course, enables us to have more Ender pearls, which in turn is going to be used for getting more Tesseracts and stuff like that. So very, very handy, very, very useful. Actually, let me just make this into an even 16. And then voila. And just like that, we actually have now like a really, really solid source of ender pearls. It's crazy how much you can do with this stuff. It's still mind-boggling. Anyway, as you can see here, we have some unfired crucibles and junk like that, because I want to make sure that we did this together. But let's go ahead, fire up some crucibles, and let's talk about this whole lava thing, because I think I've thought it a little bit through, but as has been made very abundantly clear to me over the course of me having done it, I haven't thought everything through. So I thought some things, but not everything. So the original thing, and actually someone brought this up in stream, they were like, so how exactly are you going to get the lava out of the middle ones? And I was like, that's a very good question. I don't know the answer to that question. Now we could have done a couple of other weird things here. If I really wanted to be creative with it, I could have done like some weird lava thing and pistons probably, but I really don't want to do it. So instead what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to do it on these sides. Now this is a weird number because it is an even number. It's not really great. Honestly, it would have been nicer had we done a little bit differently in terms of how we had this all set up, but that's okay. That's a-okay by me. So what we're just going to do is we're going to just line up this whole area with these crucibles that we just fired up. Okay, good. I want to make sure that these were not unfired crucibles, because that would be silly. Let's go ahead, line up all this stuff, and then we're just going to kind of figure it out as we go along as to what exactly needs to be done and whatever else. And since this is the only block that I currently have in my possession, I am going to have to build with you as a blueprint. Or not blueprint, but a placeholder. And then let's go ahead, line the whole lot, and then just do the other side here. Now, with this, of course, whoa, okay. Of course, the whole point behind doing this in the first place was to actually ensure that we have a good source of lava, which some people I'm sure are going to like, okay, remind me again why that's the thing. The reason why we need lava is because we need lava for the Tinker's smelter, actually. We're not worrying about it in context of the lava generators and whatever else. That stuff is actually kind of irrelevant. But for... oh my, that's... wow, that takes a long time to break. Jeez Louise. Are you kidding? Wow, okay. And I'm pretty sure we just lost one to fire. Okay, grind. I'm really tempted to vein mine, but I'm kind of scared that's going to vein mine all the crucibles, so we're not going to do that either. But anyways, Skadoodles, so we're just going to go ahead and do this, but the lava, of course, is going to be what heats up our Tinker's Construct stuff. I am going to get some cobblestone. I'm going to get that, because that is ridiculous how long that takes. Unfire crucibles away with you, and let's get some cobblestone out. And let's actually do this proper. Alright, so just like this, we can kind of get everything all sorted out and squared away. But yeah, so that's going to be what goes into those seared window glass thingies. I'm not entirely sure what the consequence of our actions will be in terms of how we have it set up, because as you guys remember, we do have those like double layered of seared glass. Now in truth, we could probably just leave it there as is, even if it didn't work, and be like, eh, whatever, it's not a big deal, because it doesn't impact it, right? It doesn't negatively impact by having empty seared glass there, as far as I know. But I don't know, I think I would like to utilize it as an extra storage of lava, and I think I would like to do it even if it was just the bottom has lava in it. I think that would be a good idea for me to just have at least like whatever layer is currently actively, well, not currently, but whatever layer is being drained from, to just use and tap in to that source, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what we're aiming for in the grand scheme of things, but we will see. We will see how it goes, and we will see how we do. go ahead, put these extra little bit of crucibles down here. And for those of you who are curious, of course, now about, well, how are we going to get cobblestone into here? Are we going to make a new cobblestone generator? I think we're going to just do it via Tesseract, honestly. And then using the Tesseract, I think the goal will be to actually utilize our old cobblestone generator. Now, all of this machination nonsense like that, this is all going to go away. The only thing that's going to stay here is that cobblestone generator. So even this smeltery actually will be on the way out fairly soon. So that's all going to go away. But that cobblestone generator, like I said before, it's like an artifact for our world. And so I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and just kind of be like a memento to the fact that this is where our humble cobblestone beginnings were. And look at us now, shamelessly throwing it away and burning it and all sorts of nonsense. But it should be actually a really, really nice little like tribute to kind of where we started off, because Sky Factory is a game about progression, right? This is absolutely about progression. It's absolutely about kind of how do we kind of go from being a pleb lord to an absolute OP swaggernaut. So that will all be good. I am fighting every urge in my body not to vein mine these cobblestone because I know it's going to blow up everything, but I really want to. Sometimes some people just want to see the world burn. I don't want to see the world burn. I just want to vein mine the world. That's all I want. That's all I want. Alright, so all those are now in place. Now, the one little caveat to this whole thing is that each of these individual crucibles are also going to require item transfer nodes. Now, I say item transfer, but they're technically liquid transfer nodes. So we actually need to get those rocking and rolling as well. So we actually need to get some of these. Now, this is also going to require some pipelining, right? So the total number of all those down there should be 128, right? So 8, 16, 32, and then 64, and then 64 times 2 is equal to 128. So we are going to need 128 liquid transfer nodes, which is a daunting number at first glance, but it's actually not too bad. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and look up the transfer stuff, and then let's see, we're going to definitely need some more transfer pipes. So I'm going to go ahead and attemptively do this. And then let's see what we end up getting here. Alright, so 141, perfect. That is going to work just fine. And then we are also going to require some buckets and some more iron and also some lapis and stuff, but we have lapis flowing in. Yep, there it is. And so I just need to go fetch some iron. So let me go really quickly over to here, and we're going to pull that iron out of our hat. Proverbial hat, that is. And, ooh, we do have some blocks of aluminum in there. Actually, let's take all of it out. Let's take all the aluminum out here. And then block of iron. And then we will take care of the rest of this in terms of breaking down and stuff inside of here. So let me go ahead, break all this down into glorious, glorious iron ingots. Break this down into aluminum ingots. And then we should have ourselves a decent chunk of things. Now, if memory serves, we don't actually spend the bucket. Do we? Oh, we might actually. Yeah, never mind, we do. We absolutely do. Okay, well, whoopsies. We're going to need a lot more of these. And I am going to need, what, 120... I said 60, 128 divided by 4 is 32. So we need 32 of these. So I need 31 more buckets. Wow. That is pretty savage. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves a good number of buckets here. Nope. Okay, that's 32, but that's okay. No one needs to know. Liquid into here, and then bang, bang, there you are. A little bit more than what we needed, but that's okay because we had that one extra one. Alright, cool. So we have all those transfer nodes. Let's go ahead, locate them on to all of these beautiful, beautiful things. And then we should be well on our way. Now, we do have a couple of options here. I think that this is probably the best way to do it. So we do it this way, they're all going to link up, which it's going to slow it down a little bit. And I admit that. I admit that it's going to slow down the process a wee bit. It shouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it definitely isn't the ideal situation. But what I should do is it should make it a lot neater. And I'm guessing, and this is a complete guess on my part, but I'm guessing we're not going to have that high of a fuel consumption in terms of the lava does not need to be stupidly high all the time, and that we're probably not going to consume enough lava for it to really justify it doing it super efficiently. So this will be fine. But if you guys are in your own world and you're like, hey, you know what, I want to do this efficiently, this is not the way to do it. Because this is going to require speed upgrades and Lord knows what else to get that really moving properly. But of course, it does take some time for the cobblestone to melt down and all that stuff. So who knows? Maybe it'll be just about as efficient. Actually, now I think about it, it may. I mean, I don't think there is a way for it to ever be as efficient as doing it as like a single thing to a single thing, but it shouldn't be too bad because cobblestone, in truth, melts fairly slowly. It doesn't melt super slowly, but it does melt fairly slowly, even with netherrack and fire there. It will still melt fairly slowly, even though this is 3 times melting speed. But let me go ahead, put these down. Almost there. Over to here. And just like that, we have one more set to go. And this will bring us to the next part. Okay, so we have all these transfer nodes, right? We have all the liquid now ready to move around. The obvious thing now is, well, we need to have it in some way, shape, or form transfer that lava into the appropriate, like, kind of storage and whatever else. So the cobblestone has to be fed through the top. Nothing we can really do with that. But we can feed them underneath. Now, in my idea, and hear me out on this one, is we'll have Tesseracts. And then we're going to try to fill it in so there's actually a lot of Tesseracts in here, so it's actually going to be 4. So 2 like that, and then 2 on the other side. And what I'm hoping is that it's going to basically pathfind. It's going to, like, as it pings around, be like, will this point work? It'll ping more often to kind of offset the fact that we've webbed this all up. So that should be okay to work with, and that should take care of transferring the lava out to wherever we need it to be. Now, obviously, this is going to require quite a few Tesseracts. So we have, what, 32 of these different things, or we're going to need 32, sorry, of our Tesseracts, which is fairly steep. It's not cheap. It certainly is not cheap. However, we should be well on our way to kind of getting this going. And this is kind of a testament to kind of what we're able to do at this current point in time. So let me start off. Actually, what we can do, for right now, let's not worry about getting that to max. Let's just worry about getting 4 Tesseracts up. We could actually get all the Tesseracts up without too much of an issue, would be my guess. But I'm actually going to forego that for the time being. And my reasoning is this. I think what will be better is that if I just do it this way, in terms of getting it just started, we can at least then recycle it so we can get the like smelteries online, and I think that's far more important than actually getting it to be highly efficient. I think that's going to be well worth it. Alright, so let me go ahead. We have 64 of these. Well, I guess we might as well make whatever we have, right? So we have 64, so it's 1 to 2. So what do we have? We have 4 stacks of the stuff, but this of course requires ender pearls as well, which is kind of going to be bottlenecking us a little bit here. Dang. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to withdraw. Let's see here. I'm going to withdraw these bad boys. And then we're going to try to get them to behave a little bit better here. Alright, so let me go ahead, fill this up with ender pearls. Alright, and then we just need 3. Okay, so right now we are currently matching those 3, and then I just need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we are matching ender pearls. When it comes to straight, no, we're not matching. We're a little bit short. Ooh, enderman essence. We are admittedly making quite a few ender pearls here, so it's only fair that it's kind of struggling to keep up. But we can absolutely make more pyrotheum. Well, I hope I can make more pyrotheum. Let's see. Can I make more? Ooh. We actually need more sulfur. Okay, so what we can do to make sulfur happen is we can actually just grind down some more coal. And then that should put us on our way. So with that, with the sulfur, what? I need... Let me see here. Yeah, I'm going to need 20 sulfur, at least. So we need 20 sulfur. That is the name of the game here. And hopefully we'll get enough out of this. We should be pretty darn close. It should either take 1 or 2 stacks. I highly doubt we'll need more than that. But we can absolutely get started with at least this part. So let's go into the ally smelter and let us start the whole process. So let's put an Enderium base in there, a whole bunch of this pyrotheum dust, and then we're just going to go ahead and just flop on these as we go along. Now it's a lengthy process, right? So we're not going to be rushing about with this. I guess what I'll do is with the 12 that we have here, I might as well put them into the magma crucible. And we'll start melting those down. That in turn is going to move it into our fluid transposer, which of course is going to be all good and dandy. So let's go ahead and leave that to its business, leave it to do its thing, and then we're going to go ahead and make ourselves, ooh, question mark? Okay. Hold up. Okay, so we are currently, no, actually I think that was good. I think that was all good. Okay, cool. So we actually reached what we needed to reach. That's really surprising to me. Okay, that was actually perfect. So we do need more ender pearls, obviously, because we need ender pearls in order to actually transpose the fluid into the actual system. So we do need more ender pearls, but this should satisfy all the requirements for making a whole bunch of tesseracts. Now, tesseracts, again, I'm going to acknowledge the fact that there are, oh wow, geez, we only have 5 sulfur out of that. Never mind, perhaps we shall need more. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, we have some sulfur over here. 32 sulfur, as a matter of fact. Oh, I am totally not cheating right now. All right, let's go ahead, take this sulfur, squirrel it away, and get ourselves to this point. So let's go ahead and drop that into there. Oh, I am also going to need to make the pyrotheum. I believe I can remember, or I can just do this off of memory. So I think it's, nope, you are not sulfur. Sulfur, pulverized coal, and I believe it's redstone. And then I should just be needing to make myself 40 of these bad boys. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, beautiful. And we have some left over, which is nice. That's a nice little added bonus. And then with this pyrotheum, we are all in good shape. Okay, so that should be, right this moment, we have fulfilled the requirement in terms of making sure that we have the different bits and pieces for making all of the different Enderium ingots. So this is, what, this is going to end up being, I don't even remember. Well, each of these make 4, right? So if each of these Enderium bases is going to give us 1-to-1, we're going to have 4 stacks worth. So I'm going to have a stack of Tesseracts worth. That's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot, to be sure. All right. Well, regardless, let me go ahead and actually, if I could, which I can. Let's go ahead and make an extra little stack of ender pearls here so I can throw that into the great thing of transposing. Goodbye. And that's going to melt that all down to goodness. We do have some more resonant ender here, which also can apparently be used as a coolant, although I'm pretty heck bent on doing it with cryotheum. But that is neither here nor there. All right, so we have all that going now, so that is all grand. We are also going to have to make accounting for our cobblestone operation, which I believe I'm just going to do it via here. So I'm going to go ahead and start disassembling little bits and pieces of this, because we do not need all this stuff. And goodbye, say goodbye to the old era of Tinker's Construct. It did us good, it served us well, but it is no longer going to be required, I don't think. Now, I'm going to say that, and I'm going to instantly regret saying it, because I'm going to be like, oh crap, I need it still. But we're just going to go ahead and clean up the pipeline just a little bit here. And then what we'll do is I'm just going to slap on a Tesseract right here, just to kind of do like a quick and dirty version of it. And then that way, actually, you know what? I'm almost tempted to make a Tesseract right there. replace the drawer with a tesseract, because we can get the cobblestone from here. No, that's like an artifact too. Like, let's be honest. We can just put it underneath it. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and assume that's the case, right? And so the next matter of business will be how we're going to get the cobblestone into here. To which I am going to just do it in this manner. Actually, I'm going to need way more transfer pipes. Transfer pipes, please. Oh, wait. LOL. Okay. And there we go. Some transfer pipe goodness. And just like that, we are going to set up different strips for the cobblestone. Now, I think what I am going to do for this is eventually I'm going to do the same thing. So 2 on here, and then we're also going to do 1, 1, 1, 1 on the ends there, just to kind of speed things along. But for the time being, we can just kind of finagle it. we can just kind of get away with doing it with like a reduced number. Just we'll put in 1 for now. Again, it won't be the most efficient thing in the world. We'll try to put in a center point and kind of make it a little bit better, but it should be fine. We're on a budget here, fam. We just want to get this thing online. Whoop. Online and rocking and rolling. So priorities. Transfer pipe indeed. And we have some aluminum. Yeah, we got some aluminum to burn. Alright, let's put these down, and then we are going to have ourselves some more transfer piping, and that this should actually set us for all the transfer pipes that we do need. Also, as soon as we're done with this, I do have to go and check in on my Enderium ingot creation, because we should be just about that magical point where we've burned through our current amount of ender pearls. It won't be fully, like, it won't be like a full stack of stuff, because unfortunately ender pearls are kind of dumb butts, but it should be well along its way. Alloy smelter. Yep, there it is. And then we're just going to go ahead and put more ender pearls into there. Honestly, we could probably put a hopper there. Probably could. And by probably mean definitely, but whatever. It is neither here nor there, I suppose. Alright, so let's go ahead and take the 16 Enderium that we do have, and then let's go make ourselves a Tesseract frame. So let me go ahead, clear this all out. Tesseracts. And then we are going to need some fused quartz and blah, blah, blah. But no one cares. So we're just going to go run over and be like, yo, can I actually, before I even claim that this will work, do I have fused quartz? Ooh, I don't. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Say it ain't so, Cotton Eye Joe. Please, no. Oh, wait, no, absolutely no lumium. Lumium is bad. Lumium is very bad. Alright, I can do pulverized obsidian and lead. It's not really a great solution to our problem. It's not really a great solution to our problem either. I think we're actually better off using nether quartz, which is kind of a weird thing to think of, but yeah, that's probably the way to go. Alright, well, in that case, let's go ahead, grab a whole bunch of these, and, yep, we're just gonna go and, melt them down. Go melt them down. Cry every time. I don't even think it's gonna work in here. Yeah, no buenos. No buenos to be had. We have to use this. We need more alloy smelters, darn it. We need more! Ugh, cry every time. Alright, fused quartz. Is there's gotta be, like, why couldn't you just work in a furnace some magical way? Oh, we can do as blocks of quartz. That's actually kind of, I didn't know you could do that. Dang. If only! Oh, well. It's okay. It's alright. We'll just have to wait 3 billion decades for this. Cry every time. Actually, alloy smelter. Oh, yeah, never mind. Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. Ignore me, ignore me, ignore me. Alright, so yeah, we're going to unfortunately have to do a little bit of the waiting game here. I don't think there's really a way around it. So, we could, I guess, make another alloy smelter. How hard is it to make another alloy smelter? Probably not that hard. I know we have another octatic somewhere. Furnaces, machine chassis, which is going to require a basic capacitor, which is blah, 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 blah. Let's see, can I go, if I can find the octatic, perhaps I will. Perhaps I will make another one. Oh, we have a machine chassis right here. Okay, well, that's good. The question is, what the heck did I do with the octatic? I know we have an octatic somewhere. Because I made one a long time ago. In error. But I do not remember where I put it. I'm assuming it's in the farm. If it's not here, it's probably by the farm. Ah, ha 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 ha. Alright. I like how I'm like ha ha ha, and then the freaking villager, not villagers, but sounds are coming back. Okie dokie, let's go and make ourselves a cauldron. And then with the cauldron, then we'll be able to make ourselves another alloy smelter. So we can kind of get both things running. And honestly, this is sort of overdue. We kind of needed to do this for a while. Furnace, can I make 3 of you? I can. Beautiful. And then can I make cauldron? I can indeed. Then can I make this? I can indeed. And then with that, we can just go and put these over here. Because I'm a little savage. Octatic capacitor. And then let's just make a whole bunch of this stuff. Perfect. So that's going to make us some fused quartz. Mother of mercy. We're going to have to make ourselves a whole bunch of random stuff. It's insane. There's a lot of weird bottlenecks in Sky Factory. It's really strange, and the way it works is not entirely sensible. Or sensible? Not sensible. Well, it doesn't seem... I was gonna... the opposite of nonsensical, which I guess would be sensible, but... sensible just doesn't sound right as a word. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Compressed zombie explosion. And then we have ourselves these. Now, the unfortunate thing about Buster Sword here is that it unfortunately picks up Smite. I mean, which again is Tinker's Construct, so I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. But it's kind of a sad face kind of moment. But we are getting close. We're about to pop through Legendary. I think after Legendary it's Grandmaster. Nope, never mind. Actually after Legendary it might be Godlike. I don't know. I don't know what's after that off the top of my head. So I just sap up a whole bunch of experience. Level 60. There you go. Now we've got ourselves... And then now we got ourselves all that good stuff. Grand. And then I guess we'll even drop off some of this. Oh, look, it's a perfect stack too. Nice. Alright, and then we will take ourselves some more ender pearls, throw them into here. I guess I'll just know that I need more ender pearls. I shouldn't really stress out about that. So let's go ahead, put some more ender pearls into here. It's a shame that the game doesn't understand, like, oh yeah, he probably wants to just, like, why do we have to keep ender pearl stacks like this? Like, I don't understand. What's the point of that? Why make me suffer? Not okay. Not okay. Ugh. Stressing me out, man. I always feel like something terrible is about to happen. Like, this is here, and then all of a sudden, bang, just RK out of nowhere. I'm just dead on the ground. Ugh. Do not like at all. Do not rate 8 out of 8, mate. Rate -1,000,000 out of -1,000,000. Oh, is this a 4? Oh, it is a 4. Huh. Who knew? I didn't. Quartz. You. Nether quartz everywhere, and then throw all that nether quartz back in, and then nether quartz everywhere. I continue to forget. Nether quartz. I don't really know why I put you back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then that should do it. Fused quartz glass. Alrighty. Now, Tesseracts. What the heck? Oh. I was like, what did I do with my Tesseract? Alright, Tesseract frame. And there we go. 4 Tesseract frames, exactly what we expected. And then let's go fill these bad boys up with some Andarium. And then we'll at least be able to start seeing a little bit of that progression that we are hoping to see. So let's go ahead, put that into there. Melt another set of ender pearls. And this guy is just plugging away. It's trying its best. It's doing the best it can. It's doing the best it can possibly do. And then we'll take some of those fused quartz. And then take that, and then take this into here. And look up Tesseract again. Boop. And then there's some 6 or so. Which is, surprisingly, that's actually okay. That's actually not a bad number. Alright, so 6 Tesseract frames. We'll put that into the fluid transposer. And then we'll get this, oop, wrong place. We'll get this all sorted out. Bang, and let's take these 2 Tesseract frames right here. And let's put one right underneath the belly of the base. And then this one is going to be our cobble guy. when you oh, fleet. Okay, whenever you screw up. Let's go ahead and rip that down. Alrighty. Oh. I keep forgetting. I always forget that the Tesseract has one more step after the fluid transposing moment. I don't know why, but it never clicks in my brain that you have to do one more thing. We're gonna need bronze, fudge, and silver. Fudge. Alright, it's like 10 and copper. Yeah. 1, 10, 3 copper. Cry every time. Okay. Alright. Begrudging. Let's go get some tin and copper. So I'm going to need a good portion of you, and then one thing of tin. And then we're also going to need some silver. There we are. Alright, and then that should see us through what we generally need. And hopefully it will not be of too massive a consequence. And for those of you who are wondering at this particular moment, like, Choco, why oh, wait, I didn't get nearly enough. Oh, well. I'm sure some of you guys are like, Choco, why exactly is it that you just pulled from there instead of the ME system? I want to drain it, otherwise it'll never get drained. I'm just being a realist here. Like, we all know that I'm a little pack rat, I'm a little hoarder, and it'll never get done. It will never ever get done if I'm not careful about it. Boom, 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 boom. Some more silver, some copper, and then some tin. And then let's go ahead. Sorry. You can go back to your regular scheduled programming in a moment, friend. Let's actually drop this fused quartz off. And then we are well on our way. Good. Alright, so let's go ahead and zip on over. Check how we're doing on this alloy smelter. Good. Got some more of that rocking and rolling. And we have a bunch more of these. Grand. We don't have enough materials for it. That's okay. We can always get more. It ain't no thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing, my friends. Alright, let's go and make ourselves some Tesseracts. Which I believe it's like silver in the corners. It's one or the other. Nope. Okay, I reversed them. I reversed it. So like this, and then like that. Boom, Tesseracts. Oh, wait, I did have enough. I am very bad at math, apparently. Alright, so, as if it was a surprise. Let's go ahead and put these down. And again, we're just looking to get this all started. We'll put this in the middle for now. Eventually they'll be moved. Okay. Alright, so there we go. Let's get this section up and running. It'll help us along. And then something like Actually, yeah, we'll just do this for now. I know, it's cringeworthy, but we'll figure it out. Alright, then Tesseract right underneath here. Boop. And then let's go ahead, and this is going to be the cobblestone thing. Cobblestone is a weird thing. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the 800s, just so we have one that's like kind of not with anything else. 900 is going to be like storage, like ME stuff, and then 800 I think will just be like resource things like lava and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and set that as an actual frequency. I'm going to go ahead and disable this, and it is going to be sending items and nothing else. So that should now be sending cobblestone. There should be cobblestone flowing into it, which is good. And then we need you all to be receiving cobblestone. And I just realized that there is no... I didn't add a transfer node. When you try so hard but you don't succeed. I mean, it's fine. It really is not a big deal, but just I feel dumb. Alright. Disabled. Cobblestone. Disabled. And then cobblestone. Disabled. Alright, and then let's get some transfer nodes out. Transfer nodes. Do I have any of you? Probably not. Alright, transfer nodes, items. Huh? Wait, what? Oh, I need... Oh, gosh, darn it. Alright, I need stone and I need freaking chests. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab some of those. Whoa, 63 rebels. Alright. And then we are going to need some chests, actually. I have a wonderful place to get chests, truth be told. Voila! Chests. And then we can just go ahead and throw this to the Zavisio furnace, or keep on calling it the Zavisio furnace. Ultimate furnace. Zoom! And then we can just plop. You know what? We can even throw the cobblestone in there. Why not? They can be rebels together. That's not how you spell transfer. Transfer node to these. And then let's just make apparently none. Alright, let's go ahead and throw some ender pearls into there. That should help us along our little quest. Transfer nodes. I just want to make a whole bunch of them. Yeah, sure. Just go nuts. Perfect! 2 stacks even. Excellent. Alright, and then ender pearls, we'll go ahead and grab back some. And then we'll make with this Enderman essence. Oh, I was like, we only have 45. No, Choco. there's a little bit more than 45 in there. All right, go ahead, drop that all off. We have a lot of ender pearls, and then we should just be able to do this. So, because this is an even number, right? So this is still going to be centered. Don't have to really worry about it too terribly much. And there we go. Cobblestone is officially now oot and a boot. And then it's being thrown around and not really sure where to go. So the next part of this all is that we need to set ourselves some lava stores. Now, in the interest of kind of just getting this all set up and to see what's going to happen, I'm going to go ahead and flop them. Yeah, let's do this one first. This is going to be the iron one, right? So let's go ahead and flop one right onto there. We're going to make a new channel for this. This will be 801. Let's do like 800s will be solids, 810s like into up to the 20s will be liquids. This will be lava, and then we'll ignore that. You'll be receiving fluids, nothing else. Okay. Okay, so it's now receiving lava. And then I'm going to have to get some more liquid transfer nodes, but that is okay. And then for you guys are the exact opposite. You are sending the lava. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Alright, all looking good and dandy. Disable that. sending fluid, set the frequency, and then we should start seeing that, oh, we should start seeing nothing, Choco, because you haven't done it yet. Cry silently every time to myself. Alright, and then I guess to make this symmetrical, we'll just do it the same exact way over here. Boom. Boom. Oh, mother of mercy. Mother of mercy! There are these transfer nodes down, and these need to be on cobblestone. Ignoring that. Alright, go ahead. Good. And then same thing. Cobblestone. Good. And indeed, they are populating them. They're doing actually a pretty good job. I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised. Yeah, we're actually... That actually might be enough. This actually might be the way to do it. We might have actually saved ourselves a little bit of work, and it actually might be better off for having saved up the work. Cool. I'm going to be honest, I did not think it would work that well. What was I doing here? When your brain farts so hard and you just don't remember what the heck you're doing with your life. Bang. Oh, and Darian base. Okay, and then that will make some more Tesseracts. Alright, so we need to go get our liquid transfer nodes. And then liquids. And then transfer pipes, I suppose, will be the way to do this. And then let us see. I just want proof of concept. I just want to make sure that this does indeed work. So, just need to have 2 sets of pipelines. Okay, it is being filled up by lava. And then, if I do this, oh, it does turn spooky inside. Dang. Well, I mean, the obvious thing to do, I guess, would be this. But just, I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. It's all good. It's all dandy. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and leave these like that, and I guess we'll just do the same thing over here. We're just going to have them all fill up like so. Alright, cool, cool, cool. And that is populating with lava indeed. And we are actually full on up. Good. So the last part, the last itty bitty bit, and by itty bitty bit I mean ginormous, monstrous thing that we have to consider, is we have to, of course, get this now functioning in terms of it has to be able to push items into it, right? So we want them to auto smelt for us. Which is going to be a doozy, because we actually haven't done the smeltery drains and stuff yet, because we haven't made the casting basins and all that stuff, and I'm not really prepared for it. So unfortunately, well, we've been going for a while, actually. This has been a fairly lengthy process, and we're not even ready for the lava yet. So, alright, here's the game plan. We're going to call it the episode there, for those of you watching on YouTube, and then we're going to go ahead with our plan. I'm going to go on my own time here, with stream probably. But I'm going to go ahead and start populating these all with Tesseracts, make sure that all of them have cobblestone running. That way we have a lot of lava generation, because currently we're just flowing off of 2. Which is, you know, it's okay, but it's not grand, right? I prefer this to be a little bit higher. And so we definitely need some more lava in there. Although I'm a little bit curious as to what is going on here. Is this that's far away? Whoop, lag. Alright. Yeah, it must be just it's far away. It's pinging around, it doesn't know what to do. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and populate all this stuff. I think that we are going to have to keep with the original plan here. I think 1 will be fine there, and then for these ones, even though it's a little bit much, I'm going to just put 1 Tesseract for the lava right smack dab in the center there. That'll be the game plan. But that'll be what we aim for here. And then we'll do the same thing for here and mirror it all that way. So yep, there's going to be a lot of population and a lot of different things that we have to do. But we'll get that sorted and rocking and rolling fairly soon, hopefully. It's going to be a little bit of a grind. It's mostly a question of time, because it's just a matter of, like, I have to keep on refilling this, and then getting more Endarium out, and then making more Tesseracts, and making more other stuff. It's not really a resource, even, constraint at this point. It's more of just we just have to get it all set up and sorted. So that will be that. Anyways, that is all for this episode, guys. I hope you did enjoy and you are very much pumped about this bit of automation and goodness that we got going on. I know that I am. Okay, good. I want to make sure it wasn't like going to try to do some weird looping action and send cobblestone back and do all sorts of really random stuff. Actually, no. I was thinking that maybe we could like simplify this down and maybe just one of them could provide cobblestone for everything, but I think that would be a very dangerous proposition. A rather dangerous proposition indeed. Alright, well, either way, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Consider leaving a like rating down below if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys another time. So take care, everyone, and ciao for now.